Yeah, my bad on that. So anyway, sorry, I was hearing other things over here. I was thinking about other things. Ah, my bad. So anyway, just cut that now. Roll Tide.
Welcome to another episode of Power of Bourbon. And tonight we decided, because it's that time of year. No, not Christmas, though. It's down the
Close.
road.
Close.
It's
Although
coming.
these would make good Christmas gifts.
Yes, they would.
If you're
Like,
watching, Mom.
Mom, yeah, mom, mom, dad, wife,
honey, I appreciate you. Please.
ex-girlfriend, like anyone who might still care about you.
Yeah.
You know, someone you're catfishing,
If
perhaps.
if you don't want to be on my bad list, you suddenly want to be number one on my list. Any of these things would be great. Which is the bottles that we are going to be looking for and hunting for coming up here in allocated season, because it is bourbon allocation season. Now, here's the twist. Everybody knows what bottles it is to really hunt for, like those super rare stuff. We're talking BTAC, we're talking Pappy, we're talking Four Roses limited edition, all those things that basically you've got no shot of
Ain't
finding.
never gonna see that.
Yeah. And unless you've been spending thousands of dollars or built an amazing relationship with your local person, which again, I don't spend anywhere near that much because I'm not rich. I'm a teacher and I have a child. So we want to tell you the bottles that everybody else is going to overlook, but are amazing heavy hitters, and really just help you out. Like, these are good bottles. Again, hunt the super rare stuff, show up to the lotteries, sign up, everything like that. But when you don't get picked, because chances are you're not going to get picked, here's some other bottles to find. So we've picked a couple, and then at the end, we're all going to say our super, like, holy grail of bourbons that we wish that we could get, and if we ever had, we would just be happy and it would be wonderful. But yeah, so we're gonna tell you some stuff to just be on the lookout for, which is exciting.
And like in a price tag for some of these, it's actually attainable if you're someone on a budget like
Both
myself.
available and attainable.
On both
I like
both
it.
ends.
I like it.
So for me, I don't know. I guess I'll bring the bottles out here. My High West store pick single barrels right here. My wife says they're just like the coolest looking bottles around. And B, they're absolutely delicious. So for me,
They're
like,
getting low.
and C, they're getting low. Exactly. Like I got like a sixth left, maybe less on both. And I have the American Prairie and the Double Rye. Got those last year. Don't regret it the least. Probably one of the best, about $50 I spent on bourbon last year at around the $50 price range. So I would say one of the things I'm going to be hunting to replace, and we'll probably do so every single year, is the High West single barrels, especially if you can get a store pick. Great product overall with High West. And I think if you follow the channel, we're all, me especially, but all of us are kind of High West fanboys. We feel like they do good stuff. I'm going to be hunting that, and if I was in your shoes, I would do the same thing.
All right. So for me, the first bottle I highly recommend. It's going to be a little hard to find this year. There's supposedly going to be a lot more come out in October, November, but it is going to become a main staple of their lineup. And that is the New Riff 6-year malted rye. So Chuck is a perfect example. If you are not a rye fan and you like bourbon, this is the rye for you. It is amazing. It's super caramel. It's all those bourbon notes and not a ton of the rye notes. And it is something just super special. We'll have a review coming up where I send the guys a sample, not Chuck because he's got his own bottle, but we'll send Brian one and we'll review it. But it is really, really good. It is going to become part of New Riff's main lineup. So if you get New Riff products wherever you are, eventually, maybe not this year, but definitely next year, it will be there and be part of it. And it is just absolutely amazing. The caveat I'm also going to say for this is because it comes out wintertime and it is coming up on wintertime when allocated season is, which is the New Riff winter whiskey, which is also just absolutely amazing. It's like hot cocoa in a bottle. It is just so good. If you can find that too, I would definitely pick up a bottle. So those are the two New Riff products that I highly recommend. And people are going to overlook it. When I found my New Riff 6-year, people were going by it and not even buying it. So I was able to get a bottle. So I highly recommend that.
Yep. I mean, I'm with both of you guys. I love High West store picks. I bought a couple a few months ago, finished in Carcavello casks and something else that were both Aquavit. They were fantastic. Even for a non-rye drinker, they were fantastic. And then I love my malted rye, my 6-year malted rye from New Riff. My first bottle, or to be on the lookout for this allocated season, is anything from Barrel. So they just released Barrel 30, Batch 30. It's hard to
Hot take of the year. Charlie's like, hey, a barrel. Sorry.
It's not MGP or Dickel, but it might have MGP or Dickel in it.
Yep.
So therefore, yeah. Anyway, I mean, just because it's predictable, Brian, doesn't mean it's not right, right? So
hey, I'm a creature of habit, sir. I appreciate that. I like predictability and repeatability. I'm with you.
So, Batch 30. Actually, I already have a bottle sitting on TJ's shelf. He already picked it up for me. But
Right now,
if you don't have a bottle, you should pick it up. Blend of anywhere from 5 to 15-year bourbon from various regions, sourced product. But Barrel always they're masterful at blending their products. So I'm really looking forward to this Batch 30.
All right, circle back around to me. So one thing I'm specifically looking for this year is a little book, and time to start looking. So that's going to be hitting the shelves here, hopefully in my area soon. We'll see. I feel like I've gotten to the point in my bourbon journey where I started to appreciate the higher proof bourbons more, and being able to pull out the notes from some of the higher proof stuff a lot more. So I'm actually at the point now where I'm wanting a little book. I'm going to pursue a little book kind of for that reason. And so it's actually on my hunt. I'm not sure how available it's going to be in my area, but I'm really looking for that. But overall, like, the Booker's lineup is a really good lineup. So even if you can't find a little book, we've reviewed a Booker's or two before. We've been very pleased overall with the Booker's. I think, in fact, TJ's wife drinks more of the Booker's than he does.
There's 3 of them right back there.
Yeah, you're just not disappointed with Booker's. Like, it hits solid every time. And the little book is kind of the higher proof special end of that. And I've never had a bottle. I want a bottle, and I'm at a place in my bourbon journey where I feel like, that 125 plus proof stuff are things I'm able to appreciate at this point in time. So I'm going in that direction.
So my number 2 is Batch 2 of this guy right here. As you can see, it is almost gone.
You're ready for Batch 2.
I am.
You prepared yourself, sir.
Right down there. I bought it the day it came out.
What are you waiting on? Let's finish that off.
So, I'm working on it. So, for those of you that are not well established in the bourbon community, we don't plug a lot of things, but I'm going to plug these guys because they are what got me into bourbon, and I am kind of what got these 2 guys into bourbon. And now we all spend way too much money on bourbon. So I guess really it's these guys' fault. But that is thanks to Bourbon Pursuit, which is Kenny and Ryan. So Kenny Coleman, Ryan Cecil, and they started their own bourbon line, which is Pursuit United. So I've got right here Pursuit United Batch 1, which is absolutely amazing. But Pursuit United Batch 2 is coming out here just now and in the fall. So be on the lookout. Certain states are going to get it. Illinois is one of those, so I don't know why Chuck hasn't picked up a bottle himself. Maybe he will.
You can get it
soon.
on Seal Box now, right?
Right, but
That's what I was
if
gonna
you
say.
are not in one of those states, you can buy it off Sealbox and you can get it. It is absolutely amazing. It's good. These guys know everything about bourbon and tons of stuff, and they decided to get their themselves in the blending and doing their own profile. Put their name on a bottle so you know they're behind it. It's great. I love it. I'll always buy a bottle. So. Pursuit United Batch 2. If you can find it, grab it. And it's also apparently they're going to do a rye coming up. Probably going to have to buy that for Brian and I. Chuck, not so much a rye fan.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
We'll send Chuck like some Hendersons or something in his place.
And then I'll just not drink that. So my next, what to be on the lookout this coming release season is Remus Repeal Reserve number 5. So Remus Repeal, out of the MGP distillery, their own brand, so to speak. I've had Repeal Reserve 1 through 4. 4 was the best. I'm really looking forward to 5.
Oh yeah.
Because of that, it's an 8 or anywhere. I mean, aged MGP, like, yes, like this is just like chalk. Like Charlie, his first release was barrel, and then the second is MGP. Yep, Ed, sorry, this is predictable, but I'm sorry, but it's right. It's still
and
right.
If I remember right, Batch 5 is like something like the youngest is 13-year-old and the oldest is
it's like 13 to 15-year-old age
Mm-hmm.
MGP product. So it's like
for $80.
For $80.
Yeah.
What do you pay for Smoke Wagon uncut unfiltered, which is like, MGP?
Yeah, and it's nowhere near the age. The 15-year MGP from New Riff that I bought as a part of the COVID relief fund was $200. So you're talking $100 cheaper.
Yeah. Now they proof this down to it's 100 proof, so it's like they proof it's not barrel proof, but it's still at 100 proof and HMD coming at $80. Like this is a no brainer.
Yeah.
This is a buy, guaranteed buy. And recently,
even I might be willing to spend money on that.
This is literally just like a guarantee. You should buy this product, guaranteed. Right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I've been traveling recently and doing a little bit of bourbon hunting while I travel. It's like I've seen Remus Repeal 3, I've seen Remus Repeal 2, 4. It's like these are sitting on the shelf, guys. So it's like 5 is probably going to be gettable, available. And like that's the one to go after. So go after 5.
Out of everything, that's probably the thing I'm looking the most forward to this fall release that is absolutely obtainable.